reality in disguise. Put your fist up in. Greetings, I'm Campson the Oracle. I am the founder of Newverse Live with my co-founder, Ernest, my partner. And I want to talk to you about the energy today and what's available to you. I noticed today that I did feel more clarity. I felt like I could feel my feelings better. I could tell the difference between when I'm ruminating in my mind about negative stuff and when my heart is speaking to me in the form of emotions and feelings. And the thing that I realized is that with this rebirth energy that's being offered to us to help us to settle the seeds of chaos, you benefit from anchoring your mind in something that's going to be beneficial for you. And so what happens is the heart is speaking to us constantly, but it's difficult to hear the heart because the brain has a tendency to scream at you. It's like a kid. It's the part of us that took on all this conditioning from its environment, and it's constantly going. It's constantly on a loop. The more that you practice mindfulness, the more that you can slow that loop down, and the more that you can differentiate between when your heart is speaking and when your mind is speaking. So you kind of got to take your mind and put it in a car seat and strap your mind in the back like a toddler in a car seat. And the mind really thinks that it's supposed to drive because we've been so ego driven. We have allowed our mind to drive for so long. The heart represents God, universe. God is the creator, whatever name you have for the highest power of creation. And so what happens as you awaken and you're learning how to pull these different parts of yourself together and be integrated and be more whole and have more oneness, you begin to change your life from just working on yourself. So I want to give you a few things that came to me today to share with you about the Red Magnetic Dragon Day, which is a portal day. This is a day where the astrological cosmic clock is resetting, so you get a do-over. 260 days, we will be able to continue whatever energy that we're creating for us to exist within today. So hopefully you see this video on this day. If you don't and it's later, it's okay. It's never too late for you to start working on becoming a better version of you by isolating the thoughts that are not serving your highest purpose and the emotions of the heart, and learning how to guide yourself, learning how to calm yourself. So the same way that you would calm a toddler in the back seat kicking and screaming because the toddler really wants to drive and you're like, you can't drive this, you're not ready. When you're ready, I will teach you and you can drive. And this is how spirit is teaching us. So having a lack of self-awareness, it can be intoxicating because you're not being required to navigate responsibly with everything that you say, the energy that you exude, what you bring to the equation of a conversation or resolving conflict. And what happens is we get exhausted mentally, and so we just start reacting in our default way of reacting. And this is a reflection of the subconscious mental chatter. So paying attention to the automatic reactions when you're triggered, it allows you to figure out the boxes and what's in them up in the attic of your mind so that you can sort through the old compartments that have been long forgotten. And there's no telling what's in there. There's no telling what type of negative stuff that someone said to you and it just stuck with you. So the heart was shown to me as a horse and the mind was the cartridge. Did I say cartridge? No, the carriage. The carriage. There we go. The carriage. So what happens is the carriage is in front of the horse because we're listening to our mind. We're thinking that the thoughts that we're having have to be us. It can't be anything else. And so we put the carriage before the horse. The horse is the power. That's the true source of power that's within you. That's the heart. And so as you work through the difference between the voices and the emotion that follows, you realize my emotions actually are supposed to inspire me to have thoughts that support me in my aspirations and what I would like to accomplish. My heart the horse was just at the back. Like, I just been waiting on you to figure out that you're doing it in reverse. And the astrology for today, the astrology that I listened to is Serious Joy. And they were talking about your emotions versus your thoughts, and which one come first, the emotions or the thought. So if you notice, the thoughts come first and then you have the emotional trigger response as a result of the thought, then you probably have your carriage in front of your horse too. As we heal these deeper wounds that we're being triggered to heal, and a lot of it is ancient wounds. This is ancient trauma. You know, this is ancestral. This is going back eons. We don't know how much unprocessed stuff is being unlocked for us to be the key to resetting the baseline of experiences within our lineage. So, you know, I want to encourage you, because even though we're going to do the vows tonight together and do the meditation to actually take advantage of this cosmic reset energy, even though we're doing that, there is work that will still be required of you. And this is the true soul work. And I just think that for those of us on this spiritual journey, it was a lot of the negative things in our life and the trauma that led us to where we are now. And I believe that that deserves some credit. I believe that we deserve to give ourselves more credit for surviving the things that we survived and learning how to be a better version of us, a better person, and ultimately create a better life in this world, which may inspire somebody else or encourage and motivate somebody else because of our story. So I want to encourage you and let you know, like, the meditations and the groups and taking advantage of the astrological alignment, that is just as big as it seems. That's a big deal. And not big deal as in overwhelmed, but big deal as in this is a special opportunity. So for the rest of this day, if this is your very first time seeing this video or me, for the rest of this day, just watch your thoughts, feel your heart and your emotions, figure out how you want to feel, figure out what you want in your life and what you don't want in your life. Journal it, write it down. I wrote 2 blogs to give you the information about tonight. Check out the blog on the website so that when you come to the ceremony at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight, you will have an idea of the things that you are ready to let go of and the things that you are ready to commit to become the best version of you. So yeah, I think that explained, and I try to script myself because y'all know I can be all over the place at times. And for a long time, I didn't want to do YouTube because I was like, I can't focus on one subject for very long. But obviously, it's a lot of other people like that, and you resonate and you get it and you get the message. So I just want to thank you. If you are here still listening and watching me, like, thank you so much for bearing with me, because it takes faith in myself and courage to do this when I'm coming from a vulnerable space. Vulnerability is not my strong suit. It's something that I had to practice. But the more that you practice, the more that you figure out some of the thoughts that you have is not really you. And I've noticed that we get really critical of ourselves when we have thoughts that we feel like we shouldn't be having. And the shoulds is what causes suffering and causes us to feel miserable, hopeless, and like nothing will never change. If that's the emotion that you choose to feel once you have the thought, you're anchoring that to be your reality. So nothing outside of you is more powerful than you. No situation, no person, no place, or no thing. You could be imprisoned literally, but your mind and heart can be free. And that is the gift that we are being given today. So join us. I'm going to put the link in the description below. I feel the difference. I really do. I feel the difference. And I feel like a lot of other people are ready to make this commitment to yourself. All right. So we're going to love ourselves more. Continue to write the new verses for the cipher of life that our soul came to live. Numi stay. Royalty in disguise. Put your fist up in the sky.